For 10 long years, the city of Troy stood firm against the might of the Greek army. Its walls, said to be built by the gods themselves, seemed impenetrable. But in the end, it wasn't the walls that failed. It was the Trojans' trust in a wooden horse. But what if things had gone differently? What if the Trojans had seen through the Greeks' deception? What if Troy had won the Trojan War? Today on Battles Beyond Time, we're diving into one of history's greatest what-ifs. What would the world look like if Troy had emerged victorious? Let's find out. Imagine this. Laocoon, the Trojan priest, isn't silenced by the gods. His warning, "Beware Greeks bearing gifts," echoes through the streets of Troy. The Trojans, wary after a decade of war, decide to destroy the horse instead of bringing it into their city. The Greeks, waiting offshore, realize their plan has failed. Without the element of surprise, they're forced to either continue the siege or retreat. But after 10 years of fighting, their morale is low and their resources are dwindling. The Trojans, emboldened by their decision, launch a counterattack. With the Greeks disorganized and demoralized, the tide of the war begins to turn. But here's a question for you. Do you think the Trojans could have defeated the Greeks in open battle? Let me know in the comments below. With the Greeks on the back foot, the Trojans seize the opportunity. Hector, their greatest warrior, leads a daring assault on the Greek camp. The Greeks, caught off guard, are forced to retreat to their ships. But the Trojans aren't done yet. They set fire to the Greek fleet, cutting off their enemies' escape. Without ships, the Greeks are trapped on the shores of Troy. One by one, the Greek heroes fall. Achilles, the invincible warrior, meets his end not at the hands of Paris, but in a chaotic battle against overwhelming odds. Odysseus, the mastermind behind the horse, is captured and brought before King Priam. The Greeks, once the most powerful force in the Aegean, are utterly defeated. Troy stands triumphant. With their army destroyed, Greece falls into chaos. The city-states, once united against Troy, turn on each other. Without strong leaders like Agamemnon and Menelaus, the fragile alliances crumble. Sparta, weakened by the loss of its king, is overrun by its neighbors. Athens, still in its infancy, struggles to maintain order. The golden age of Greek civilization is delayed, if not entirely derailed. But here's another question. Could Greece have recovered from such a devastating loss? Let me know what you think in the comments. With the Greeks defeated, Troy becomes the dominant power in the Aegean. Its strategic location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia allows it to control key trade routes. Wealth flows into the city, funding grand temples, palaces, and fortifications. Under King Priam's rule, Troy becomes a beacon of culture and innovation. Its influence spreads across the Mediterranean, shaping the development of neighboring civilizations. But Troy's victory comes at a cost. The war has left deep scars, and the city must now navigate the challenges of maintaining its newfound power. What do you think? Could Troy have maintained its dominance, or would it have eventually fallen to another rising power? And what of Helen, the woman who started it all? In this alternate timeline, she remains in Troy with Paris, but her presence is a constant reminder of the war. Some see her as a symbol of Troy's triumph, others as a harbinger of future conflict. Menelaus, her former husband, is either killed in battle or forced to flee. His loss is a blow to Sparta, but it also removes a potential threat to Troy's stability. Do you think Helen would have been happy in Troy, or would she have always been an outsider? One of the most fascinating aspects of this alternate history is the fate of Aeneas. In our timeline, he escapes the fall of Troy and goes on to found Rome. But in this world, with Troy victorious, Aeneas remains in his homeland. And without Aeneas's journey, Rome might never have been founded. The course of Western history would be dramatically different. No Roman Empire, no Latin language, no spread of Christianity as we know it. But Troy's influence could have filled the void. Its culture, shaped by both Greek and Eastern traditions, might have become the foundation of a new civilization. What do you think? Would a Trojan-dominated world have been better or worse than the one we know today? The Trojan War is one of history's most enduring stories, not just because of what happened, but because of what could have happened. If Troy had won, the world might look very different today. What do you think is the most important lesson from this alternate history? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the what-ifs of history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more epic tales from battles beyond time. Until next time, remember, history isn't just about the past, it's about the endless possibilities of what might have been.